I'd like to call to order the Westmont Village Board meeting of May 6, 2021, to order at 6 o'clock p.m. and ask Clerk Simsky for a roll call, please.
Mayor Gutner?
Here.
The clerk's here. Trustee Barker?
Here.
Trustee Barry?
Here.
Trustee Brady?
Here.
Trustee Guzzo?
Here.
Trustee Little?
Here.
Trustee Nero?
Here.
No attorney tonight.
Attorney's
Village Manager
online.
May?
I'm here, and village attorney is on hybrid.
Oh, is he? Okay. Attorney Zemanek?
Here. Would everybody please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to welcome everyone, let you know it's kind of a special meeting. There's really only one item on the agenda. It's the newly elected officials will be sworn in this evening. But before we do that, it's open forum. At every public meeting, there's an open forum. Is there anybody here that wants to speak to anything that's not on the agenda? I didn't see any, and do you have any online?
There are none online.
So we'll move on out of open forum. And before we do the oath of office, while we still have Trustee Barry here with us, I want to present him with the Village of Westmont honors. Trustee Harold Barry III, an honored member of the Village of Westmont Board of Trustees, May 2013 to May 2021. In recognition of 8 years of dedicated service to the community appreciates your service. Again, it's signed by myself, Ronald J. Gunter. The floor is yours, Harold.
Wow, thank you. And I probably wouldn't come as a shock to let everyone know I'm an emotional guy, okay? So bear with me. You know, first and foremost, family first. And I would love to be up here and do this again, but my situation at home has changed where I need to be home more and devote that time there. So I appreciate everyone that helped me to get signatures and so forth. I know there was a lot of work involved with that. And again, just one thing that we've always heard through the village or Rotary or any of these organizations is family first. So that is the thing for the new trustees too. You know, it's always that way, that family comes first. And that's why I'm not doing this any longer. But was really a great experience, and I've met so many great people, and was joking with Bruce last week that you probably lose some friends doing this, but you sure gain some too, and so there's that trade-off, and I rehearsed this a bunch of times, so I'll keep it under 3 minutes, Mr. Mayor, because I was always on you to keep it under 3 minutes, but
That's you texting me all the time.
yeah, right, exactly. So first and foremost, I think Jesus for the opportunities and the blessings. I thank my family, my daughter for putting up with all the time away. And, I'll kind of start at the top. John Zemanek, what a great person to work with. And I remember Trustee Addington, who got me involved with this. We had this big plan that when we were going to come in, we had to get new counsel. We had to get we were going to make it Westmont 1986, you know, and boy, what a mistake that would have been, because John really serves the village great, and he, you know, goes well over and above what a paid attorney should do. So, you know, again, thanks to John, and learned a lot from him. He gave me a lot of guidance early on. You can go one way or another, and you know, John kind of gave me some good advice, and I always took it. Other guys that helped me early on, I'd like to thank Bob Scott and Ron Searle. Really, you know, again, gave me good guidance and helped me to get to, you know, be a better trustee, or at least attempt to be. Mr. Mayor, a mentor to me, mostly how you serve your family, and just been a great experience to gain a friendship and to just, you know, see what you've done for the village, and the way you work towards it and have it as a priority is just amazing, and it's just been a great ride. Jenny, I don't know if anyone does any more for this board in the village than you. I mean, it's just amazing. And, you know, the other 6 of you, it's been just, you know, 5 of you, sorry, it's been great. Steve and I mean, we ran against each other originally, and to think that campaign for you for county and, you know, just become great friends over this period of time, it's just been a wonderful experience. And you know, Trustee Addington, who you'll hear me mention a couple times, who again brought me into this, it was an old thing that you had to live in town to be a good department head. That was the thing. If you didn't live in Westmont, you couldn't be a good department head. Well, Steve May, nobody knows. I wouldn't know that you would live, you know, right down the street from me, because as a village manager, you know, and every position you've had here, I think anyone who works with you or has worked with you knows you have Westmont as a priority. It's not a self-gain, and like I say, I wouldn't know the difference that you don't live in the community. And I would say the same for Chief Jim Gunther. You know, he's at every event that we have. He's involved in the Rotary Club. He's you know, here tonight taking pictures. These guys, you know, like you say, you wouldn't know the difference that they live in town. And I'm glad we didn't stick to that hard, fast rule of having to be in town. I've had the pleasure to get to know Steve Riley and Tom Mulhern because of the relationship with Rotary, and again, just really appreciate those friendships. I think Spencer just does such a wonderful job here that I think the village has a great succession plan. You know, if I was to give any advice, make sure we keep that guy around. You know, he really does over and above, and I'm sure I left people off that I wanted to thank along the way, but overall, like I say, guys, it's been a great experience, and I'll see you all around.
Yeah,
Don't worry about that. So thank you. Thank you.
I do have to add to that 8 years ago, Bruce, myself, Harold, Jim Addington, who was our leader or our guide, and Jenny ran. And we lost Jim, and Harold now, for family reasons, is stepping down. But from day one, when we preached we're going to work as a team, you were one of the first to step up and be part of that team. Person that's been born and raised in town and running a small business in town. You know more about this town, and you tell me more than I know. I mean, you know every stop sign because you're usually passing it all the time. And if there's a problem, we hear about it. I expect that to continue. So let us know if there's anything that you need, or let me know what you see, because you're a good watchdog for us.
I was worried you had me on block already. I know the manager blocked me last week. I can't get a hold of him anymore, and I was worried. I said, boy, these guys are going to have to change their numbers. So, but no, and you know, talking with Larry Forsberg earlier, there's somebody who I should not have left off, because maybe I take for granted because we are so close and such good friends that I maybe do take Larry for granted, but you know, that there's probably a number one asset to the village. And was speaking with him earlier, and he said, well, Harold, we may pick your brain for, I said, please do, please do, you know, and like I say, I'm going to be around, so, you know, looking forward to Cruising Nights reopening, and I was already in Linda's ear last night. Hey, let's, you know, and so looking forward to seeing everybody, and not having to miss stuff for the village is the positive. So
Good. Well, thank you again.
Okay, thanks guys.
At this point, we are going to move into the oath of office, and I will be administered the oath of office by our newly elected and future swearing-in person, Virginia Simsky. Clerk Simsky, who is the longest-serving elected official in the Village of Westmont. Through 100 years, she is, no, I mean 100 years of elected service.
On the black lines?
Okay.
Raise your hand. State your name.
Ronald J. Gunter,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United
the
States,
Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the laws of DuPage County,
the laws of DuPage County,
the Westmont Village Code of Ordinances,
the Westmont Village Code of Ordinances,
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of mayor
that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of mayor
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
And we know you're good.
Thank you. Thank you. Now I got to turn around and you get to stand over there. All right, thank you. And again, Jenny's, Clerk Simsky's probably, this is maybe your 7th time being sworn in, or maybe more?
Probably so.
Probably 7. So she's served this village extremely well. So again, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Virginia Simsky,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the laws of DuPage County,
the laws of DuPage County,
the Westmont Village Code ordinances,
the Westmont Village Code of Ordinances,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties for the office of village clerk
the duties of the office for village clerk
to the best of my
to
ability.
the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, we'll ask Jenny and myself will stand here and she'll do the oath of office, and we're doing it in both seniority and alphabetical. So Trustee Barker. Mayor. Yes.
Am I on the other side?
Either way. You want his family. You stand there, Bruce. Your family.
They want to see
Yeah,
their
we'll make
smile,
sure.
right?
Yes, they do want to see your
So
smile.
this is the,
Okay.
this is the thing. Yeah.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
Bruce Barker,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the laws of DuPage County,
the laws of DuPage County,
the Westmont Village Code of Ordinances,
the Westmont Village Code of Ordinances,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of village trustee
the duties of the office of village trustee
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
And we know you will.
Congratulations.
We know you will.
Bruce, this is-
Okay, Frank.
Oh.
It was just a couple, it's a whole section, it's great.
You want to open that? Well, Ginny, do you want to get in there too?
Thank you, sir.
Very nice.
Yeah, you'll have a chance to talk when we do the next roll call, so. We've got Trustee Brady.
Speaking.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state
I-
your name.
Franklin D. Brady,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the laws of DuPage County,
the laws of DuPage County,
the Westmont Village Code of Ordinances,
and the village code and ordinances.
and that I will faithfully discharge
Faithfully discharge
the duties for the office of village trustee
as a village trustee
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Hold this
Okay.
picture with us. and Jenny's.
Okay? Smile.
How are you, though? Good.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we've got Trustee Simonovich, who is coming up forward.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Amy Lee Hogan Simonovich,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the laws of DuPage County,
the laws of DuPage County,
the Westmont Village Code of Ordinances,
the Westmont Village Code of Ordinances,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties for the office of village trustee
the duties for the office of village trustee
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
And we welcome you.
Oh, I'm in the middle.
Yes, 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 yes.
Thank you.
We'll give you an opportunity to talk in a little bit.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Look at that. I think this one right there. Take one more.
And at this point, since we had the swearing in of all the newly elected officials, I'm going to ask Cliff Simsky to take a roll call of the new village board.
Mayor Gunther,
Here.
the clerk's here. Trustee Barker,
Here.
Trustee Brady,
Here.
Trustee Guzzo,
Here.
Trustee Little,
Here.
Trustee Nero,
Here.
Trustee Simonovich.
Here.
I have to look over here now.
So we have our boards
And
in.
the village manager. And Assistant Manager Parker is here.
Okay. And of course, the attorney's still
Oh,
remotely.
that's true. He's here with us too.
And again, the agenda is really kind of short. There's one item. But before we get there, this is an opportunity for mayor, clerk, trustees to comment on something or give their report. But tonight is pretty much about, I think, the elected officials. I have to thank everyone. This is finishing my 8th year, my 45th year of public service to Westmont. I was director of the Park District all those years, so I've been very much in tune with public service to this community. 8 years ago, when I joined or became mayor, this group bought into the team approach, and this a board, I've never seen board of 6 individuals and myself who have cooperated, worked together for the betterment of this community. And I'm very proud of the fact that we still keep the people in board, and I know Trustee Simonovich will join right in, give her expertise, so welcome. I think I said it before I came in with our good friend, my mentor, Jim Eddington. I think Trustee Barry mentioned that too. And of course, Bruce, who I've known for years, and Harold and Jenny. So this has been a very good group that I feel pleased to work with. I'm not frustrated about anything that's been going on in 8 years. I think we've accomplished a lot. And I started 8 years ago with 0 grandkids, and now I've got 5. And I know Trustee Barker's trying to keep up with me, 0 to 5. But
They're kind of trying to keep up with you.
They're all over it. But again, I want to thank everyone. I've had a good 8 years. My wife has agreed to 4 more, so I appreciate it, yeah. But I'm going to turn to Clerk Simsky. I just want to thank everybody for the confidence to give me another 4 years, because I think a lot of good things are happening in this community, so. Clerk Simsky.
I'll get very emotional, so I'll have to be careful, but I love this town, and the first time I ran was in '97, and I won against the 2 parties as an independent, and I was so shocked. I didn't think I could beat out 2 parties, but it worked, and it has been a pleasure to work with everybody I've worked with since I was elected. You may never get rid of me. I just may hang in forever. But I thank everybody for their support and their kindness, and we welcome our new one. I'll miss Harold, but I'll see him driving by occasionally, because he drives by my house when he goes to work. So thanks to everybody, all of you. You know I love you. Even you, Steve May. And Spencer back there, who is just too good to be true. We can't lose him. I'm with Harold. We cannot lose him to anybody. So, and thank you.
Thank you. Now I'm going to turn to Trustee Barker, who's finishing his 8th year, for his comments.
Thank you, Mayor. It's been an honor, Mayor. You're doing an outstanding job, in my opinion. I'm happy to serve with you as well as the rest of the board. Before I thank my family, I just want to take a minute and thank Harold. He always brought a unique perspective to the board, and we welcome that. And, none of us were politicians. We were all public servants. And I thought, and I had said this a while back, in memory of Jim, we thought Jim was, it was my interpretation, because he was so good at everything, that he was a politician, and he really wasn't. He was a public servant and had so many years in that. And, the idea that you have to be a village trustee to serve this community, Westmont's proven it over and over again that you don't, because of our volunteers. But Harold, your 8 years here have been great. It goes back to the one night we were having a budget meeting and Spencer was walking us through it. And I know they were talking about compensation for the trustees, and it was just the mayor said, we should give them another $10 or something like that after 4 years of service or whatever it is. And Harold made a comment. He said, if we paid better, maybe we'd get some good people.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget it. It was a classic, and one of the highlights, Harold, one of the highlights. But thank you for your service. To me, it has flown by, and I think we could all say that. But I'm just proud to be a public servant, not a politician, and that's the remarkable thing. And then lastly, to thank my family. With the grandchildren, they're making it harder and harder for me to take time away from them. So I'll be in for some tough choices, and it is family first, and I'm proud of all of them. And I'm thankful that my wife tolerates this, and I do come here on Thursday nights and Monday nights and some other nights. But anyway, her support has made this possible. And I'm grateful for the opportunity, and I'm thankful to the people of Westmont that voted for me.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then I'll turn over to a trustee who was appointed to fill Trustee Brady, who now has been elected. So,
The mayor selected me last October to replace Jim Addington. Jim Addington was his heart and soul in Westmont. He breathed and lived Westmont, and I just hope I can carry on the legacy of Jim Addington. And also, I want to welcome Emily here to our board, and also thank Harold Berry for everything you've done on this board also. You're very eloquent, a low profile speeches, Always outspoken, and something positive to say about Westmont. So thank you, it's been a pleasure to be elected in the board. Thank you.
Okay, congratulations. So we've got our newest, Amy Lee Simonovich, and you not only get to say thank you, you also got to tell us a little bit about yourself and maybe your family.
Sure. So, my name is Amy Lee Hogan Simonovich. My family and I have lived here in Westmont for, I don't know, maybe about 11 years now, over 11 years. My husband John and our 3 children, Eleanor, Estelle, and Henry. And I'm really humbled to have been elected, especially as a write-in candidate with a very difficult name. I'm so humbled that so many people took the time to write in a vote for me, and I'm just very humbled by that. I'm excited to start this new chapter of public service, and I hope everyone helps me along. Everyone has been so welcoming, so thank you to everyone here at the Village on the board, as well as the Village employees who've been so welcoming and helpful in kind of getting me set up in this new role. And I want to say thank you to my family for their support, my friends for their support, my parents and my brother, as well as my husband and my children have been so supportive of me and wanting to try this public service role. So we love Westmont. We love our community, and I'm hoping that I can add something to it.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
And it's good to get younger, right, Steve? Well, welcome. At this point, I normally, well, if any other trustee have something to say, I'm sorry, that was not newly elected.
Oh, Mayor, can I say one more
Yes.
thing? I just wanted to say, I know I have some big shoes to fill, so I'm hoping that I can pick Harold's brain from time to time. So thank you, Harold, for your service.
Careful what you wish for. Okay. Good luck, Amy.
Yeah, and I apologize. Trustee Little, I didn't know, and Trustee Nero, if you had anything you'd like to add?
Thank you, Mayor. I too would like to welcome our newest trustee, Simonovich, to the board. I think you're going to do a great. And Trustee Berry, I just want to let you know that it's been my distinct honor to work with you the last 6 years that I've been on the board. And I've had a lot of fun getting to know you, and I will definitely see you at the car shows. Thank you. That's all I have.
Our
Mayor.
senior trustee with service, Trustee Nero.
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, thanks, Harold. Thank you a lot. I think the mayor put it right. There's no one that knows more about Westmont than you, and that's something that I always looked up to you for, because you spoke your mind, but it always was in the best heart of Westmont. And I think that spirit is really spread from this board from you, and I appreciate it, and I know the whole village does. And you always spoke your mind. You made the meetings much more entertaining. I'm going to miss that. So hopefully you'll still be watching and eating popcorn and making me laugh somehow. But honestly, thank you. And thanks for, everything that you do for Westmont. And I know you still will do. So you truly were an asset to this board. And I know everybody's forever grateful. So thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. And congrats, Mayor and the clerk. And our new trustee, I think, and of course, our existing trustees as well, and my neighbor Frank. We have a hell of a board, Mayor, and it starts with your leadership. It's something you don't see. I mean, I work with communities every day, go to board meetings all the time, and I sit and just watch and smile and think, how lucky that I am to be able to sit here and serve with this team that we have, and it's because of your leadership. And I wouldn't want it any other way. So we have a damn good team, and we're doing a lot of good things for this community. And it's not political. It's for service. It's to make this town better. And I think the years that I've been here, the years that you folks have been here, we've done a lot of good things. I mean, when I first moved here in 2007 to what it is now, holy cow. I mean, we could talk about it for hours, and it's because we all work together, and that's exciting. Congrats, guys. Thanks for sticking around and being here. And Trustee Simonovich, welcome aboard, and we're looking forward to working with you, and thanks for your service, too.
Thank you. And I'll turn here, and we've got Trustee Johanna Guzzo.
Well, I got a tough act to follow with everybody. I want to say congratulations, Mayor, Clerk, Bruce, Frank, welcome, Amy Lee. Harold, I'm going to miss you. I know that we go back a long time. You've been here all your life, I've been here all my life, and I want to say thank you. And everybody just, I think we work really well together, and I just want to say congratulations. And Harold, I'll miss you, and Amy Lee, welcome aboard. Looking forward to working with everybody. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the couple items on the agenda. The items are removed from the consent agenda. Every meeting, there's a list of items on the agenda that are all grouped together for a consent agenda. And if a trustee would want any one of those items removed, now would be the time they'd say, can you remove this item so we could address it separately? So I always ask that, does anybody see anything on the consent agenda they'd like to be removed and talked about separately? Seeing none, then I'd ask for a motion, Manager May to please read the consent agenda.
This evening on the consent agenda, first we have Village Board minutes. Board to consider approving the minutes from the following meetings. April 15, 2021 was a special meeting, budget workshop. And then April 22nd, 2021 was the regular Village Board meeting. We are in a new fiscal year starting May 1st, so this is also on the consent agenda is Finance Ordinance Number 1 in the aggregate amount of $1,091,692.60. We have one purchase order. We got multiple purchase orders on the consent agenda also. I'm going to describe the consent agenda a little bit. Everything, including the purchase orders, are also contained within the finance ordinance, but when they are of a certain type or a certain dollar amount, they are called out individually and itemized here for separate attention. First purchase order is Bestco Benefit Plans LLC. It's $240,000. This relates to the retiree health insurance pass-through. This is what we call an open purchase order. It is an annual amount, and you're just encumbering the funds this evening for the annual payments that will be made each month. Second purchase order, Government Insurance Network, $2,325,000. It is also annual open purchase order. It is the estimated annual health insurance costs. Next is Clark Environmental, Mosquito, $80,600. It's for the mosquito abatement services for the fiscal year 21. Those purchase orders total $2,645,600, and that brings the total of the purchase orders together with Finance Ordinance Number 1 to $3,737,292.60. We have 4 proclamations on the consent agenda. The first, Board to consider a proclamation to declare May 9 through 15, 2021 as Police Week in the Village of Westmont. Next, Board to consider a proclamation to declare May 16 through 22nd as Emergency Medical Services Week in the Village of Westmont. Next, Board to consider a proclamation to declare May 16 through 22 as Public Works Week in the Village of Westmont. And lastly, Board to consider a proclamation to declare May 17 through 23 as Dementia Action Week in the Village of Westmont. And that concludes the consent agenda.
Do I have a motion to approve as presented?
Motion to approve is presented.
Have a second?
Second.
Second, Brady. On the question, anybody got a comment, question? Just want you to know, Amy Lee, if you vote yes, you just spent $3,700,000 and some thousand. But seeing no questions, I'd ask for a roll call, please.
Trustee Lowe,
Yes.
Trustee Brady,
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich,
Yes.
Trustee Barker,
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo,
Yes.
Trustee Nero.
Yes.
Motion passes. We move on. We do not have any unfinished business. We have one new business item, and that's the Westmont Trustee Committee appointments. The board to consider a motion to accept the mayor's appointments to the standing committees of the Board of Trustees. And I'm going to turn it over to Manager May to give a little brief description of those committees.
So the committees of the village board maybe could benefit from a little background description. Prior to this administration or this mayor, the village board met the formal village board meetings were first and third Mondays of every month, and the committee of the whole, where the actual discussion took place and the village board work took place, was handled at a committee of the whole meeting that met the Thursday prior to the first and third Mondays, however that pattern laid out. We were talking about finance ordinances on the consent agenda. Our finance ordinances are exactly 2 weeks apart, and whether they're, paying bills, processing any of the financial items or payroll, all of that are in 2-week increments. About 8 years ago or 7+ years ago, we switched the village board format to meet every 2 weeks on Thursdays, and regardless of the pattern in a month. So there's a couple times per year where there's 3 meetings in a month, but every 2 weeks, the village board meets for their regular meeting on a Thursday. There is no committee of the whole in that format, so we have multiple committees of the village board where the same committee business is done, but they're divided into different types. We have from the public safety committees to public works to administration finance, community development committee, environmental improvement committee, economic development committee, public information committee, and these committees, the mayor, they're formed, they are committees of the entire village board. The entire village board are members of this committee. These are public meetings when they meet. We typically meet, some of them have different patterns, but we meet in the afternoon just before the regular board meeting on those Thursdays. The committees are each chaired by one of the trustees that the mayor appoints. There's a chair, there's a vice chair, and then each committee would have a staff liaison as well, typically the department head for that area, and that's where we would do the workshop business, if you would. So this, by ordinance, these committees are laid out and specify a rotation, but it's pretty much the mayor's appointment, but it's with the ratification by the village board. So should
So
I
I-
describe or do you want to go through them?
Well, I think everybody have seen the committees, and I need a motion to approve accept my appointments.
Motion to approve Guzzo?
Second, Little?
Motion made a second. Comments or questions? Most of them are on Thursday unless you're Bruce's committee, then you meet Monday nights with the Westmont First and Environmental.
Yes.
So, but again, seeing no other questions or comments, I'd ask for roll call, please.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Trustee Nero.
Yes.
Trustee Barker.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Little.
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich.
Yes.
Motion passes. And we have one last item that's not on the agenda, and I think we wanted to quickly make a presentation to an employee.
Yes, and if I can, and if it doesn't screw up the broadcast, I'd like Mr. Lidgelberg to come in here. We have tonight, other than what we were doing here with the village board in this special meeting, the first meeting of any month is usually the Administration Finance Committee, and that's where we would do employee acknowledgements and service recognition as well. We have several employees with, extreme longevity, and we acknowledge service here in a variety of ways, and there are, annual things that are every 5 years, but at 20 years is a significant landmark where the acknowledgement includes, acknowledgement by the village board and a service plaque, and Glenn Wilgeberg is our IT manager, and the, in charge of all the information services, the audiovisual. He's got a long list of things that he has responsibility over, and Glenn has just crossed his 20-year anniversary with the Village of Westmont.
Year 2001 to 2021, so it's an honor to be able to present this tonight in front of a pretty good audience.
Yeah. Congratulations, Glenn.
I just want to say anyhow, it's been wonderful working here. I worked over 10 years as a volunteer on a commission initially, and then 20 years as a full-time employee. And just want to say it's been a pleasure working here, and I absolutely love it. So thank you.
Thank you. And at this point, if anybody else has anything they'd like to add, if they don't, I need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Motion to adjourn, Nero?
Second, Parker?
Motion been made and second to adjourn. Roll call, please.
Trustee Nero?
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
Trustee Barker?
Yes.
Trustee Simonovich?
Yes.
Trustee Little?
Yes.
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Again, I thank everyone for attending, and thank you. This meeting is adjourned. And everybody, there's